Hey, it's your girl, Miss Shyy. Welcome to my channel where I get to show you the things that I'm doing. And today I'm doing some braids. So let's get to it. What I'm going to be showing you most of in this video is how I part girls' hair who got a lot of hair. One thing you're going to always see me do is stare you dead smack in the middle of your eyes down to your nose, and then back up to your eyes, the middle of your eyes, and then back down to your nose so I can get a middle part, because a crooked part from the middle, I've noticed whenever that happens to me is because I didn't double check and go and look at their eyes and their nose back to their eyes, and I end up staying up that whole night because I can't sleep knowing that I sent somebody with a crooked part. Now, I'm not saying I never did it before, so if you're watching this video and you recognize me, Shyy the hair braider, I'm sorry if I gave you a crooked part, whether it was like French braids or box braids, or I'm sorry, but just know that I know and I've been improving myself, okay? But anyway, so yeah, this girl, she had a lot of hair, and people that got a lot of hair, I just got to split it down the middle, and we just going to deal with one side and then the next. I just can't deal with thick hair, a lot of hair like that. And so hair braiders, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when you got a lot of hair, you just can't see what you're doing. And so I always split it down the middle, whether it's straight down the middle in the back or not. All I know is that front is going to be straight because the back don't matter, you know. And so that's what I do. I put it in 2 pigtails and I get to parting that way. I wanted to show this part of the process because this was a last minute appointment. And so her mother texted me on a Saturday night for an appointment Sunday because their original braid appointment got canceled, and baby girl wanted her hair done to the point her mother even tried. You know what? Let me show y'all this. Let me show the receipts. Let me show the proof, because I mean it. I love being able to save the day. So this is what it looked like. You know, I have a heart for mothers who have daughters and are basically learning to do hair because they have daughters. Because I really wanted a daughter just so I can do her hair, but God gave me a son. And it really didn't stop me from doing his hair, to be honest. But I cannot wait for the day where I have a little girl so I can do her hair. But until then, I've honestly taught a few mothers. Actually, I've taught 3 mothers. And I've gave them lessons on how to, just do certain braids. Like I've taught knotless braids. I've taught how to really just clean up parts. And I've taught feed-in braids as well. And then my sister over the phone, I'm always teaching her how to do her daughter's hair as well. So I'm going to make that 4 mothers that I've taught how to do hair. And I've been able to watch them improve. Them little girls, their hair come out fine. And so I have a heart for this girl's mom, because she decided, let me go ahead and get it done. And I love that for her. But she ended up booking an appointment with me. I was available. And that is really why I'm focusing more on just this part of the video, so that if she sees it, she can have an idea of how to do her daughter's hair. Just a few tips and tricks, okay? Just to save you some money and be able to do your daughter's hair the way she likes it. And so, yeah. So that first tip is just like really, splitting the hair down the middle, because it's a lot of hair. People with a lot of hair be like, they don't know what to do with it. And me, somebody who has thin hair, give it to me, because I know what to do with it. Okay, give me that hair. I'm going to know what to do with it. But no, I'm playing. It is a hassle, so I'm not even going to act like it ain't, because I'm sure it is. So, but yeah, as long as you have a good foundation row going, it should be a smooth sailing from there on. So this bottom row here, I started off with 3 braids. And so therefore the row on top, because I would be doing the stack method, the row on top, I will have 4 braids in it. And so you see the hair that I'm adding, by the way, that's the human hair that I'm adding. I am braiding just the end of it in. and that's the method I chose. There's another method where you can crochet the hair in after you are finished, but I do choose to braid it in because I'm doing braids and I just don't want to use any extra tools to get it done. But when I do the like bottom row of boho knotless braids, I don't usually add that many curly pieces because it is on the bottom. That's the part that gets the weight of all the hair on top. It's rubbing up against the back of your shirt and stuff, and it basically it gets knotted up quickly. That's what happens. And so just to avoid so much of a mess, I just put a few curly pieces at the bottom, and as I go towards the top, I add a few more. And so here I just did 2 curly pieces, and then as I go to the top, it'll be 3. As for the end of the braid, this hair was actually pretty long. It was 32 inches, and usually I do not advise for you to get long hair like that, especially for a young person. But because she already had the hair, like I said before, she originally was supposed to get her hair braided by another hair braider, but something came up and they found me last minute. And so she already had that hair, so it was no sense for me to ask her to go and get more hair for her appointment. So I was working with what I got. So instead of adding a curly piece to the end of the braid to make it even longer, and instead of me cutting the 32 inches to make it shorter and just spending so much more time having to feather those ends, I decided to just leave the ends of this hair. And when I am done, I will add rods to it so that it can be curly to somewhat match the human hair that is added throughout the braid. So the ends will be the braiding hair curled, and throughout the braid, it is human hair. And the human hair, it does look really, really nice. The curls look more natural, but human hair, synthetic hair, I think we all know by now, they both get knotted up. And the only difference is you can at least do some reviving with the human hair for sure. But it's still going to get knotted up because it's all up in between braids. It's all being rubbed up against the back of your hair, So it is more manageable, though, to work with human hair. But synthetic hair, because synthetic hair curls are more uniform, those boho knotless braids also are very cute, in my opinion, as well. Now, I do want to apologize that with my hair braiding videos, it's really hard to see what I'm doing because my smooth, chocolatey, beautiful skin is blocking it. But I do want you to know that I made the investment to purchase a chest mount to hold my phone so that the next hair braiding video, granted, Shyy, I got it off Shyy, so we're going to see how long that takes. It's going to get here. But anyway, the next hair braiding video that I do upload, I would hope that you appreciate the much better view that you will get, where it will be more right on to the work that I'm doing versus you having to be blocked by my smooth, beautiful, chocolatey skin. And if you are interested in what product I use on my smooth, beautiful, and chocolatey skin, then I'll let you know. I use all natural, vegan, organic, plant-based soap with essential oils, no fragrance oils, and no micas, no parabens, and no preservatives as well. And I get that from sincerelyplantbased.com because it is sincerely plant-based soap. So yeah, if you're trying to get your skin right, sincerelyplantbased.com, and tell them I sent you. Holla at your girl, okay? Anyway, so yeah, here I am cleaning up the second row of her hair. And again, like I mentioned before, this second row will have 4 braids so that it can stack in between the spaces of the bottom row where I had 3 braids. And I did not always have clean parts. I actually have a core memory of when I was more conscious about cleaning up my parts when I did box braids. I was in the 9th grade and I was doing my friend's hair in box braids, and they are sisters. I did one sister's hair, and I really don't remember how I was doing hair. Maybe I was just grabbing hair and braiding it without using a comb because it was quicker, perhaps. But by the time I did her sister's hair second, before I started, she made sure that she requested for me to use the comb and make parts. And I did that as so. And I finished her hair, and I remember listening to just off to the side conversation they were having. She's like, "Oh my gosh, how come yours look like that and mine don't?" And she was just telling her sister, "You got to ask her to do parts." And I remember hearing that, like, I guess I got to do parts, So that part of it is the core memory I have, but I do not know what I was putting in these people's hair before then. But it is what it is. I was young, and every hair braider or any artist who has a craft of their own has those growing points, learning points, pain points, all the above. And so that was my point in time of improving my craft before I even knew that I was going to spend many, many years as a hair braider. So yeah, that is just another early hair braiding experience that I have. In the last video that I posted, I shared my experience on how I began braiding hair as a hustle, or more so main form of income. And so, this is definitely my main form of income. I've been braiding since 2016, and I have taught in high school science the last 2 years, and I'm no longer a teacher. And you know what? I think I should do a video about why I no longer continued teaching, but there's so many different reasons why. One of the main reasons is that I did make more money. Just a little bit more money, though. Not like drastically, but a little bit more money as a hair braider than I did as a teacher. And with both professions, I did pay taxes, of course, as a teacher. And I do pay taxes as a hair braider as well. So even after taxes for both, I still made a little bit more money braiding hair. And so that goes to prove that braiding hair is a pretty good thing to get into. And so if there's parents who have young daughters who are showing signs of, being able to play in hair, braid hair, what have you, I really implore you to invest in your daughter's skills, or even if it's not braiding hair, but in the beauty industry, I implore you to invest in those skill sets, because it's something, like I said, that I didn't always truly enjoy doing because I was doing it for free. But if my parents invested in my hair braiding, which I think they did, they would tell their friends and stuff about me. And I was doing adults' hair as well when I was young. But if it was really like, me just learning how to set my prices and how to navigate charging people at a young age, I believe I would have enjoyed it even more. I probably would not have even gone to college, to be honest, but I did go to college, and hair braiding is something that really held me over. I didn't really have to be much of a struggling college student because I was doing my classmates' hair and dorm mates' hair. And so it's definitely worth investing in if you do have a daughter who is showing signs of becoming a skilled hair braider. I guess what that investment would look like is, of course, investing in certain tools that they may need And not just any old tools, because like I said, I was doing hair because I had the skill, but I didn't have like the sharpest combs. I had like any old comb, and not any old comb is going to really help make like sharp and smooth parts. So investing in actual braiding combs and quality edge controls, braiding racks, or if it is another skill set that your daughter has, like doing makeup, if you see she's actually investing in her own skill by waking up early in the morning to do her own makeup, then she's showing signs of that interest, and, you know, perhaps investing in some tools to do other people's makeup, and, you know, offering yourself as, I guess, just a dummy, just quote unquote dummy, so that they can practice on you and whatnot. So that's a way that you can invest. And then teaching them, giving them the confidence to charge, because again, if they're young, they're not really experienced with or being comfortable charging people. You know, they're innocent, they're young, and you can still show them how to be aggressive and name their price in a very respectable way. So yeah, that's something that I think you all should consider if you have young teens that are very skilled in the beauty industry. So yeah, so now this is the end of the braids, and I am putting it in rods. As you can see, the hair was pretty long, and I would not have extended that much longer by adding the curly human hair to the end of that. And so instead, I decided to put rods at the end of it. And that does help if your client does come and doesn't have that much of the human hair, then you know that you're going to have to use most of that human hair throughout the braid versus at the end of each braid. And so that definitely saves some resources. Some might come with a lot, some may come with just a few. So this is the back of her hair, and in comparison to the screenshot that I showed at the beginning of the hairstyle, I really wanted to focus on just doing the back mainly. And that is why I didn't really show the whole process of this whole entire hairstyle. So yeah, now I am dipping the hair. I did clip up the curly human hair so that it doesn't get into the hot water and find itself falling straight. It may or may not do that, actually. I don't know. I've never even tried to see. I know for sure synthetic hair will do it, but human hair, whichever it is, synthetic or human curly pieces, I clip it up out the way and I dip the hair. And I didn't really show how long I dipped the hair for, but I really just be like in my head singing my ABCs. I don't know. I just be trying to really find the patience in doing that, just waiting. I don't know if I'm the only one that does that. So yeah, I'm just in my head singing my ABCs, and once I'm done, I take the hair out and I get all the steam out of it so it does not burn the client. And yeah, I actually might look into different methods of dipping. I recently seen another hair braider use a steamer, and I've actually been wanting to purchase a clothing steamer for a while, but I actually am somebody who doesn't even like to iron, and so I don't do it often, and I never purchased a steamer because I felt like I will not get many uses out of it. But now that I've seen the other hair braider do that, I'm ready to try it, because now there's two purposes for the clothing steamer: to, of course, steam clothes, and to see about steaming the ends of braids, right? I think that was pretty dope. So anyway, I am applying some mousse to the curls. The curls would have looked a lot more thicker before the mousse. And as you can see the difference, it looks a little bit thinner after the mousse is applied, but as it dries up, it'll start to be more full. And to help with the fullness of the curly hair in boho knotless braids, it's good to just kind of, thin it out or layer it, if that makes sense, to layer the curls so that the long pieces don't get weighed down by the length. You just kind of lighten up the curly pieces by just cutting some bits, like layering it in a way. And then, of course, picking them out of the braids as well as applying some oil sheen for some added shine. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed my rambling and my craft. It's me, Miss Shyy. If there's anything that you liked about what you just watched or anything that I said, then you know what to do. Come hang with your girl. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be here.